one point I wanted to mention regarding the issues of Eemaan and Takfeer. So Eemaan, we know, the belief of Ahl Sunnah is that it increases and decreases. Correct? It increases with acts of obedience and decreases due to acts of sins. Right? Disobedience. Until there is nothing left of it. So someone can, due to their aqidah, due to kufr and disbelief, ridda, which is to leave Islam, somebody, their iman can decrease until there's nothing left of it. Okay? And also, the issues that you've learned regarding takfir, and that it is not for us to make takfir or declare any Muslim to be a disbeliever due to any sins that he's committed. Rather, we say he's a believer with deficient or decreased iman. Correct? We don't say that he's not a believer. We say he's a believer with increased iman or weakened iman. And the doubt that has come about recently is there are people that say that iman increases and decreases. And they say that the Khawarij are the ones that take people out of Islam, take Muslims out of Islam due to their major sins. Okay? And up to now, this sounds like they're coming with the speech of Ahl Sunnah. Correct? But what they hold is they say that if somebody is persistent or consistent upon a major sin, then this will cause them to leave Islam. That this will cause them to leave Islam. So you find them speaking about maybe people that attend parties. They'll say that if Muslims, let's say they regularly have parties, and they call people to it, they invite Muslims to these parties to engage in different haram acts, whether it's drinking or doing things with women that are not permissible for them. All of these things are major sins. Correct? So when does somebody become a disbeliever regarding the committing of a major sin? Somebody can become a disbeliever if they believe that this major sin is permissible. Right? If they istahalla, if they make permissible this haram act. Okay? So if somebody, after reading the proofs about khamr being haram, they still say, no, khamr is halal. If they, after knowing the proofs about killing being haram, if they come and say, no, killing is halal. This is when somebody leaves Islam because they have rejected the texts. Correct? This is takdeeb of the nusus. This is that he believes that these texts are lies. So this person does leave Islam due to their making these major sins permissible after they know the proofs. So what these new people are doing, this new bid'ah, they say that if people constantly do major sins and they invite people to it, they say that this action of theirs, is the same as istihlal. They say that if somebody keeps doing major sins, that means that they're making it permissible. It means they're silently believing in their heart that this is something permissible. If somebody keeps throwing parties and serving alcohol, what these people are claiming is that obviously this person wouldn't be doing that unless they held it to be permissible. Right? But this is not what Ahl Sunnah say. Because someone can continually commit sins, but they know in their heart that the sin is haram. And this happened in the time of the Prophet ﷺ. There was a Sahabi, radiallahu anhu, who fell into the sin of drinking alcohol. And this is something that is a fitna for some Muslims. It's something hard and difficult for them to leave. So the Sahabi would drink, and then the Prophet ﷺ would have to do the punishment of Allah upon him by whipping him 50 times. And obviously it was hoped that the Sahabi would stop. And then he was found that he had drank khamr again. So he was beaten again. And this had happened repeatedly. So one of the Sahaba said, he cursed this Sahabi. He cursed the other Sahabi because of his constantly drinking of this khamr. And the Prophet ﷺ said, what did he say? Did he agree with the person that did the cursing? Did he do anything to affirm that he was happy that the Sahabi got cursed? No, rather he said, La tasubbuhu, do not curse him, فَإِنَّهُ يُحِبُّ اللَّهُ وَرَسُولَهُ. Do not curse him, for verily he loves Allah and His Messenger. So the Prophet ﷺ would not say this about a Sahabi that had this problem, this affliction, this trial in his life, except that it was true. So the Prophet ﷺ affirmed Eemaan for the Sahabi, even though he had a problem with this major sin. So this hadith clearly refutes this doubt that people are bringing now, that if we see a Muslim on the street that constantly drinks, at no point can we say that this person, he holds drinking to be permissible. Because this is something that's inside the heart. This is not something that we can ever know unless the person clearly comes out and tells you that I hold drinking to be permissible because I don't believe in the Quran and I don't believe in the Sunnah. Is it clear that this is it's another one of those sneaky, backhanded methodologies that people of innovation use to make takfir of the Muslims without coming out and directly saying, I'm making takfir of them. Rather, they don't say, I'm making takfir of them because of their major sins. They don't say that. They say, I'm making takfir of them because they hold these major sins to be permissible. And they think that the permissibility, that they're holding it to be permissible because of because they keep doing those sins repeatedly. But this is not the case because we cannot see inside their hearts. Another thing, just for benefit, I thought I'd mention just one statement of Imam Sufyaan Uthmaan Beecher, rahimahullah, who had been studying his aqidah over the past couple days. Just as an encouragement for us to continue striving and seeking knowledge and never thinking that it's sufficient for us what we've attained. Rather, we need to continue striving throughout our whole life. He said, La bud lid-din min al-ilm, kama la bud lil-jasad min al-khubz. He said, it is necessary for your religion that you have knowledge, just as it is necessary for your body that you have bread. It is necessary for your religion that you have knowledge, just as it is necessary for your body to have bread. So it shows how this is something continuous. It's something that we should always be hungry for, just as we're hungry for food. Imam Ahmad said that knowledge is more important for the slave than food and drink. It is the knowledge of the Quran, knowledge of the Sunnah, knowledge of your correct belief that will enter you into Jannah. If you're hungry for food or water, that's not a problem for you in the hereafter. The problem is if your religion is deficient in the correct Aqidah.